What's up, guys? How are y'all doing tonight? I am going to attempt to make some conservation culls because I really don't like the idea of poking another hole in a fish's jaw. So that's what I'm going to attempt today, and I'm going to use stuff that is very easy to find and is very cheap. So come with me on this journey to make a personalized, do-it-yourself conservation cull system that you can make with minimal tools. Alright guys, so what I have tonight is a bunch of stuff, and we're going to make some conservation culls. Now, like I said, I don't like punching another hole in the fish's jaw. I try to keep minimal damage done to the fish I catch. So I'm gonna try to make these. That way, hopefully, any tournaments I am in, I can use these. And anyone that I'm in a tournament with, hopefully, will be okay using these as well. So there are new rules with the Bassmaster Elite and the Open Series tournaments that require non-puncturing cull systems. And that's what I'm gonna try to do for you guys tonight. I'm gonna show you a way that you can make some of these so that if you were to fish any of these tournaments, and hopefully tournaments that are even local will go to these conversion cull systems as well. So what I have two different ways that it's going to float. I'm going to try two different ways, and I'm going to see which way works best. The first way, all I did was go to Walmart and get some foam balls. These are the 2-inch balls. Now they have 2, 2.5. They have smaller ones too, but I thought 2 would probably be the smallest that I would want to get. But they have 2, 2.5, 3, 4-inch. But I think 2 will be probably the perfect size. That's one option for flotation. Another option is a pool noodle. Now this one I cut. It's only probably 1.5 inches thick. And I'm going to try that as well, and I'm going to see which one works better. So that's the flotation. I have some paracord that I also got from Walmart. It's very cheap. I have some laying around, but I didn't think I had enough. So this is what I'm going to use to begin with. I have two different kinds of clips I'm going to use. I'm going to try these spring clips. And I'm also going to try using this type of spring clip. Let's see. There you go. Now you can see that. Both of them are obviously spring action, but I have a feeling these may hold on better. And I have two different sizes of those as well. I figure if I'm making a grouping of 6, I'm making 6 culls, I'm going to use 4 of the smaller size and 2 of the bigger size, just in case you had a really big fish. Not saying a huge fish, but a bigger fish, and you thought maybe this smaller one would not work. I think these smaller ones are going to work just fine though, because it's strong enough in my opinion to hook on. But I'm also going to try these, and I'm going to see which one works best. Some other tools I have is a drill with a drill bit. Now the drill bit that I chose is going to be big enough for the line to go through, for the paracord to go through, but not much bigger because I don't want a really big hole in it. I also have some of this Gorilla Tape, and what I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to secure the knot that I tie in the rope. And then I have a lighter so I can burn the end of the rope once I cut it with these scissors. So that's all I have for now. That's everything I'm working with. Literally, I had most of this stuff sitting around. Oh, and I have zip ties. But I'm also going to put a zip tie underneath the Gorilla Tape. So literally, I had most of this stuff sitting around. I had all these sitting around because I bought a big pack of them because I made a table and I needed to clamp down the table. I did buy these because I wasn't sure which one I was going to use. I had the pool noodle laying around. I did buy the foam balls. So I didn't buy a lot of stuff, but there may be other stuff that you can use as well. This is just what I chose, and I have a couple of different options. And like I said, I'm going to make a couple of each so that I can try them out, so that I can figure out which one's going to work better. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to open these foam balls, and I'm going to drill a hole in one. And I'm going to start out only making one of each. That's what I'm going to start out doing. I'm going to make, I'm going to make one with the foam ball, one with the pool noodle, and one of them is going to have one of these clips one of them is going to have one of these clips. So I'm going to make 2 total tonight so that you can see the difference, and I'm also going to test them out. All right, so first step, drill a hole in the foam ball. I don't know how well this is going to work because, like I said, I'm just now doing this, but I'm hoping it'll work just fine. Oh yeah. Other than making a mess, works just fine. Okay, so I have a hole in this foam ball. Not very big, but big enough for my rope to go through. And I thought about getting thicker paracord, but I have a feeling the thinner is gonna float better. And what I really wanted to do was find some tubing, some like aquarium tubing, but I have a feeling that would make it not cheap anymore. So that's why I decided to go with this. Let's find the end. All right, so I'm gonna make these approximately, I'm not gonna make them very big because you don't want a really long cord for the fish. So I'm gonna make them long enough where I can have a tie on both ends. So I'm gonna cut them about this long. I'm gonna cut both of them the exact length. So there's the first one. There's the second one. I'm going to burn the ends. Like I said, I'm just doing this so they don't fray. So that's my length. It is going to get shorter because I have to have a knot on each end. So while those are cooling, I'm going to take the first clamp, and I'm not going to drill quite as big of a hole. I just want a big enough hole so this barely goes through. It has a tiny, tiny pinhole in it, but I'm going to make that hole a lot smaller. So I need to get a different drill bit. Sorry, I had to go all the way inside to get a drill bit. All right, I think this one is going to be the size I need. All right, I'm going to drill this hole in both sides. Had to go a little farther down than I wanted to, but that's okay. I'm going to tie, and I'm using the smaller clips, and I won't have this problem on the bigger one. I need something to poke this through. There we go. All right, finally got it through. Whew, that was an act of Congress. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tie these off. I'm gonna put a zip tie around it so that it holds it together. And I'm gonna put a piece of that tape over the zip tie just to kind of reinforce it. All right, I'm gonna cut off the end of this zip tie to make it flush. Alright, so that's one end. That's one end of my tag. I'm gonna go ahead and put this tape on it just to kind of finish it out. And I'm not gonna put a very big piece of tape, just enough to cover that zip tie so that it won't be poking me. Literally just enough to cover it. All right, so that's one end. So I'm gonna take the other end, gonna put it through this ball. I think with this end, I'm just gonna put a zip tie and see how well that works without putting a knot. It may not work, but I'm gonna try it. And this loop is so that you can grab it. Getting it as tight as I can. I'm gonna cut the tag end off again. And I'm gonna put another piece of tape. Again, just enough to cover that zip tie. And these zip ties are tiny that I'm using. They're not the big ones, they are tiny. And literally that's it, guys. So it's gonna get to the water. Actually, I'm gonna try even feeding this into it a little bit to hold that ball up there. That might be an even better idea. All right, so there's the first one. Now, this may look ghetto, and I'm gonna see how much this can hold. Let's see, I'm gonna find something. A reel. This is an Ardent. Actually, I need to hook it onto something that's not gonna fall off of. It's Ardent Fish Flash. Holds it just fine. I need something bigger. Let's see, let me find something so we can really test the limits. All right, so let's see. This is 4.5 pounds. It's not quite full. There hasn't been much used out of it. So let's just say, just to be safe, this is 3 pounds. It's more than that, but we're just gonna be safe. So I got my fish gripper, and I'm gonna connect this cull onto the fish gripper. And it holds it just fine, okay? That's at least 3 pounds, if not more. So I'm thinking we'll be good to go with a fish at least up to 3 pounds. Okay, so there we go. The first one is done, and that's with this. Now what you would probably want to do is, let me take this off of here. I'm gonna sit it right here so I can test the next one. I would paint this, and you could always paint these 5, 6 different colors. That way you could tell which fish is which, okay? So that's the first one. I know it's not much, but literally, this is not puncturing a fish at all. First one is done. All right, so with the second one, I'm gonna use one of these clips. I'm gonna go ahead and take one out. Like I said, I did have to buy these, but I can use them around the house, no big deal. So, got one of these clips. This seems to be just as tight of a clip. Actually, it might be tighter than that one. So, this has a rubber coated. It's actually rubber coated, so it's not gonna hurt the fish. I'm gonna drill a hole in it for the rope and go from there. Now, I really have no idea which one's gonna work best, but I just want to give you ideas. All right, like with the other one, I don't think I'm gonna tie a knot. I'm just gonna put a zip tie on this one. Okay, so it's through that. I think I'm just gonna put a zip tie. And all I'm doing is securing the zip tie around the rope very, very tightly. As tight as I can get it. And like I said, I may put 2 zip ties here just to be on the safe side. I don't think I'll need it. I don't think I'll need it. All right, let me get a piece of tape. And all I'm doing is putting this piece of tape around the zip tie so that it covers it so no one gets stuck by that zip tie. Okay. One end is done. All right. This one's going to be a little bit more difficult because of the thickness of the inside. I'm just trying to figure out how I can connect the rope to the pool noodle because the hole is a lot bigger. You know what I may do? I may add both. I may take the pool noodle and put it underneath the other one. That's what I may do for this one. Let's just see how that works. I'm gonna punch another hole through one of these. So I'm gonna go pool noodle, then the ball. We'll try that, see how it works. So I'm gonna put another zip tie on this top part to hold the loop. Pull as tight as I can. Cut the tag end off as close as I can so that nothing's sticking out. Take another piece of tape, wrap it around that zip tie. So it would float and it would look like this on the top of your live well. And you have the fish at the bottom. So let's see how well this works. I've got my tub of Miracle Grow. I'm gonna connect this clip to it. I'm gonna hold it up. It's holding it just fine as well. I'm trying to decide if I like both of them up there. I'm not sure. May just end up going with the ball. So you guys tell me which one you like better. Do you like the one with the pool noodle or the one without? I think I like the one with only the ball the best. Simply because it's just simpler. And as I make more of these, I think I'll get better at making them. But I really think I like just the ball better. If I could find a pool noodle with a smaller hole, that's the way I would go. But those pool noodle holes are really, really, really big. And it's just not going to work for what I need it to. So, you guys tell me what you think. Tell me if you would be interested in doing something like this. To me, it's just an easier way to not damage the fish anymore. They're in the live well. It's not like you're having to pluck them up out of the lake. I mean, they're literally in a live well, but I just hate to put another hole in a fish's jaw. That's just me. I'm a wuss when it comes to hurting animals. I don't like to do it, and I know it may not technically hurt them. They may not be able to feel it, but any trauma, that less amount of trauma I can do to a fish, the better for me, in my opinion. So you guys tell me what you think in the comments. Let me know if you think it's the dumbest idea ever, or if you think it's a good idea. I'm totally up. It's not gonna hurt my feelings if you guys are like, man, that's stupid. Totally not gonna hurt my feelings. Also, you guys tell me which clamps I should use. Should I use these clamps? Or should I use the other clamps? Let me pull one out. So which clamps should I use? The silver or the black? I personally like the black one better, only because it has just a slight lip on it, so that it may grab onto the fish's mouth a little better. But also, these are rubber coated, and I feel like the squeeze on this one is a lot stronger than this one. When I put it on my finger, I would not be able to hold the silver one on my finger as long as I would the black one. But fish's mouth is a lot less thick than my finger, so I don't think it really matters. But you guys tell me which one you like better. Let me know in the comments if you like it. If you don't, just let me know. If you do like it, make sure you hit that thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. I try to do stuff like this often, especially when I can't fish, just to help other people out, help myself out, and to help other people out, just giving any kind of tips that I can. You guys have a good one, and make sure you grab life by the fish.